Alright, so just an update, everybody. We actually had a court hearing. Um, well, technicality, my fiance and his baby mama had a court hearing. I do not join in on those because we're not married, so I'm not a part of that. But basically, what came of it is since we kept the daughter, um, sorry, I have a throat drop in because my allergies are going haywire. We kept his daughter all summer while we were trying to figure out this whole sex offender thing, trying to correct the situation because no child should be in the home of a third-degree sex offender. The judge did grant us some leniency. He understood the situation. He understood that we were trying to protect the daughter. Because we had gotten a hold of the state police. We have gotten a hold of CPS. We had gotten a hold of FOC, friend of the court. And each told us to speak with the other. So there was no definite, guidance on what to do. We had given them their address, told them about the sex offender. He's been unregistered for a while. He's not in compliance. He hasn't even had the correct address. He hasn't even had the correct work address registered. So I haven't heard anything about that back, and not a big deal. Not a big deal only because they're no longer together. Why they actually broke up don't matter to me. They're no longer together. She's no longer living in that house. But yeah, the court granted leniency. She goes to her mom's house for the full weekend, just not just one night a week anymore, but Friday after school till Sunday night. We go pick her up from the pickup drop-off location. That goes on for, I think, another 4 weekends, and then it goes back to normal, one night a week. I know that Angelica and her daughter have 2 nights out of the week that they have video chats. They happen at the same time every week. Her mom changes jobs quite a bit, so she's usually got some sort of thing worked out to where she can be on the video chats. Either she's not working, at work at that time, or maybe she's on break or something. I'm not completely sure. I'm assuming it's one of those two. But lately, it seems like she's been at work during those times. She's had a couple of breaks during the 5 o'clock, and she would talk to the daughter for a few minutes, and then she would hand it over to daughter's brother. Well, she would hop off the phone, she'd get back to work. I'm fine with that. Yes, she deserves to talk to her brother. She deserves to talk to her mom. They're her family. It's her brother. That's her mother. But the moment you start disrespecting me, here's what gets me. So I am logged into the Google Chats through my fiance's phone number off my computer. Okay. She doesn't seem to understand that on my computer, I can log in under his phone number, and I will have his Google Video Meets account on my computer. It's not rocket science. It's not that hard. So while he is at work, I'm using his number video recording these chats, and his daughter does the calls with her mom. It's really not rocket science. It's not. I'm pretty sure a lot of elementary students could do it, but apparently her mom doesn't understand how I can use his phone number under the Google Meets. So she swears up and down that he's at work, or he's not at work, he's here. And that whatever questions Kylie needs to ask him, we can just get up and ask him. No, I can't. He's at work. He can't have his phone on him, out, using it while he's at work. He will get in trouble. Unless it is an actual emergency, we don't contact him unless he's on break. Then he will contact us and be like, hey, how's it going? You know, whatever. Well, one of the last videos that I posted was of her son calling me a stupid fucking bitch. Because I limit these video chats to 15 minutes per video chat. I do this simply because this girl, the daughter, she wants to have her snacks. She wants to have her decompressing time. She wants to sit on the couch. She wants to decompress. She wants to go out and she wants to play with her friends. She's got spelling and other school stuff that we need to look at, we need to go through. We have dinner. These video chats are at 5 o'clock our time. So yes, she gets 15 minutes twice a week to have a chat with her mom. And before all of this, it was with her brother as well. Sometimes, there's a few times where just her brother would call because her mom couldn't get off and get onto a break for these calls. And that was fine. I did not have a freaking problem with that. What I have a problem with is your son, your 10-year-old son, throwing a tantrum because I have these 15 minutes set. And she needs to get off 15 minutes. Mind you, I also take online college classes. So I have classes, research, papers due. That, yes, I do work on during the day, but it is more than just one class. And any of you that take any sort of classes knows that sometimes there can be a little extra that you have to do, especially with more than one class. So, ultimately, because of all this, I set a 15-minute limit. Legitimately, on any court document that you were to look at of ours, there is no set time limit. It is just a video chat, 5 o'clock. That's it. Twice a week. Mondays and Wednesdays. That is it. So this 10-year-old throws a fit. Starts cussing. So I shut down the video chat. I'm like, no. This ain't going on. And I'll warn them first. Look, you keep talking like this, I will end this chat. Spend your time talking to your sister. Spend your time talking to your daughter. It don't stop. Most of the time it don't stop. So I will shut down that video chat. This 8-year-old little girl don't need to listen to that. What does she need to do? Listen to your 10-year-old son be a belligerent little freaking twat? No. And I probably shouldn't say that about any kid whatsoever. But to willingly let your son speak like this to anybody is disturbing. To deliberately let your son cuss and swear and call people these things and act like this, you are asking your son to grow up into a little thug that's going to end up in jail. So I hope you're ready to face the consequences of that. I really, really, really hope that he learns the error of his ways and changes and does what he needs to do to grow up to be a good person. But after a few video chats of this going on and him saying all these disrespectful, well, she's not your mom and he's not even your real dad, or, you know, you don't even have to listen to them. If you don't want to listen to them, you can just leave. Like, excuse me? You did not tell your 8-year-old little sister that she can leave the house and leave this house. Just leave. You were essentially telling her that she can just walk out of this house and keep walking. She don't gotta listen. No. I'm sorry, do you want your sister to get kidnapped? You want her to get hit by a car? Now, she's a smart-ass freaking child. She is smart as smart. So obviously she knows how to look both ways for cars. But accidents happen. There are some sick people out there who would snatch her up. She's not only smart, she is pretty. Some sick person would snatch her up in a heartbeat if they could get away with it. And you're going to let your son sit there and tell her this? That just kind of... that tells me what kind of a parent you are, and it ain't a good one. Why you would willingly let your son tell your daughter to do something that's going to put her in, could potentially, very likely put her in harm's way. That ain't no good parent. I will never win the Parent of the Year award. Never. I've made mistakes. I know I have. But you can't tell your child that. You can't tell your sister that. That is outrageous. To sit there and tell your daughter, or let your son tell your daughter, that her dad ain't her dad. It's sad. It's really sad. So I ended up blocking her 10-year-old son off of my stuff. Because he's no longer allowed, through our side, through mine and my fiance's side, he's no longer allowed to make phone calls to his sister alone without his mother present. And I know there are a few times where I cannot directly prove off of the videos that I record that she is there. But there are signals in the video where he will look up and he'll be like, and he'll mouth words and stuff like that. And you can't see who he's talking to. But there's only one person that sits there and manipulates him into saying shit like that, and that's his mother. So I know that there's been quite a few times where he's been there talking to her by himself, and yet she's off to the side, not talking to her daughter, manipulating her son into saying stuff. So the email that we got this morning was her being mad because we ain't been doing the video chats. No, we have. I have video proof of that. We missed one because your daughter fell asleep on the couch, and I spent 25-30 minutes trying to wake her up. Ended up getting kicked. Because this girl is a crank ass when she wakes up, and I really try not to wake her up when she falls asleep. Obviously, she is tired. Go to sleep, honey. Baby, you do your thing. You go to sleep. You get some rest. You obviously need it. But I always record these video chats, whether we do them or not. And then she got extra mad because I told her her son's blocked on here. If he wants to call with you, that is fine. That is fine with me. But while she is here at our house and he is there at your house, because he's not my fiance's son. Obviously, I'm sure you already gleaned that information. But while they are in two separate houses, until he can learn some manners and not be so disrespectful, he will not be talking to her alone without his mother present. So then I can at least have her in the video if he speaks this way. You know, and she's like, thank you, courts, or thank you for showing me this email, for sending this email, so I can show it to the courts that you are not following the court orders. You are just going against all the court orders. Like, okay, first off, I only talk to you through emails because it's harder for you to blow up my stuff. It's harder for you to cause stress through emails. There's nothing in the court orders that I've read. Unless I have personally missed it, which I don't think I have. But I could go through it again. I'm more than willing to. But there's nothing that says it strictly has to be only through text messages. We go through emails because it is easier. It's less stressful. It's not as easy for her to type something out real fast through like she does through text message and get a million freaking messages right off the bat. No, it takes a couple more minutes of that for an email. And, you know, so we communicate with her. So we're obviously not going against court order for that. These video chats solely name her. Not her son, not her mother, her. So we are still following the court order. And court order or not, yes, she will continue to call you. You will still talk to your daughter. But I will shut down every single video chat where you and your son start getting disrespectful, mouthy, talking belligerent. Your 8-year-old daughter don't need to hear that. You want to talk crap, talk it on your own time. Send it to an email. I'll read it. I might respond to it. My fiance might respond to it. Maybe. Maybe we won't read it. I don't know yet. But you don't need to be saying this to your daughter. You want to talk about alienation of the other parent? How about you telling your daughter that her father is not her father? Some guy named RJ, Randy, whatever it is. No. Don't play that alienation game. Because I've got plenty of video evidence that proves that you go above and beyond the alienation. So, that is the update so far. It was kind of a longer one, my bad. I'll probably have more for y'all. Especially since her son just recently joined my video channel. We'll see. Maybe I'll boot him so that way he doesn't see this. You don't need to be a part of it either. Kid might annoy me with how disrespectful and just vulgar he can be. But that's not his fault. It's the way he was raised. It's the way he's shown how to act. And I just wish the courts would see that he's probably better off in the care of his grandma than he is with her. But, bye.